They looked like they were coming in for a landing. They clipped it with the propeller.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
A small plane crashes into the Columbia River. A vegetation fire erupts and power goes out for thousands. We have live coverage.
Also ahead, new details are coming in about a Kennewick arson case. Stay with us for that story.
And the search continues in Sunnyside for a city manager. We'll hear from the mayor on how it's going.
Partly cloudy skies, gusty winds, and high fire danger. What you can expect tonight and going forward, I'll have all the answers. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening. I'm Wendy Redman.
Hi, everybody. I'm Austin Reed.
First at 6, we are continuing to follow breaking news here. A small plane crashed into the Columbia River in the Tri-Cities this afternoon.
Yeah, let's get right to Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz. He joins us from the Pasco side of the river with the very latest. Caleb, tell us what you're learning now.
Yeah, hey, Austin and Wendy. You know, right now everything is looking pretty calm. As you can see, most of the, sheriff's office vehicles, the firefighters and other police have left the scene. It's just the plane right now, but earlier this scene was very active, and it's all because around 2:30 p.m. a plane hit a transmission line in Pasco before crashing in to the water. You can take a look at this as we have video of that plane being pulled out of the water, but the plane landed upside down in the Columbia River, and when first responders got to the area, they were able to pull that plane to the shore, and after hooking it up to that crane, they were able to pull it all the way out. But after that happened, they were able to set that plane down, and they were taking a look at it. I couldn't really get a great look at sort of what they were doing. I didn't see if there was anybody in the plane per se, and that is something that we're still trying to work on figuring out. But they were on the scene for a while after, and they left less than an hour ago. All the vehicles left about an hour ago or so. So right now we are waiting on confirmation for any potential deaths or injuries in this situation. That is something that we're going to give you information on as soon as we possibly can. So make sure to stick with us for that. But Austin and Wendy, that is the current status of things out here in Pasco at the Cable Bridge. I'm going to send it back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Caleb, thanks so much. And Austin, I know you were out at the scene for quite a while earlier today.
Yeah, so we heard over the scanner right around maybe just before 3 o'clock that a plane had crashed down into the Columbia River. As we were leaving our station in Kennewick, heading towards the Clover Island Inn, we could see smoke, and we noticed a vegetation fire. Then, as you can see in this video, this is from our Facebook Live coverage. There was such a scene out there. This is one of the staging areas for deputies and the fire department. We saw many Marine Patrol boats going into the river looking for the wreckage, and we're still waiting to figure out injuries, but it was such a scene. I know things are calming down now, but, you know, power was out for thousands of people across Kennewick and Pasco.
Absolutely, and we mentioned the vegetation fire, which is now contained as well. So this was, it was a plane crash, but it was, like you said, it was very multifaceted because we had that response, but then we needed a response for the fire as well, and also for the power lines. So a lot of crews out there having to do a lot of different kinds of work. And, you know, when we got to Clover Island, we went all the way down to the end by the Clover Island Inn. Crews were busy setting up for the Clover Island Summer Concert Series. There were several people out in the parking lot going about their work when the crash happened. Here is what one person we spoke to said they saw.
We were setting up over here for the concert that's happening tonight. Well, it got canceled. There was a plane, a seaplane, 2 of the pontoons. They looked like they were coming in for a landing. They clipped it with the propeller. That's as they were trying to land in. And then, yeah, part of the plane hitting the water.
Crews from Benton PUD began working on the transmission line in an effort to make sure that wasn't heavily damaged. The road to Clover Island remains closed to allow this work to continue.
So not only did first responders have to deal with that damaged line we were just talking about, but again, that plane in the water and rescues to make. When the plane hit the power line, it made some sparks, and those sparks started a vegetation fire near the banks of the Columbia. Fire crews from Pasco went to work trying to put out the flames in the extreme dry vegetation. You see some of the smoke rising here. The fire was under control within about half an hour of the crash. Crews remained at the scene to make sure all the hot spots were out and that it didn't spread.
Stay with Apple Valley News Now for continuing coverage of today's crash.
For updates on demand, just head on over to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Be sure to follow us on social media and download the Apple Valley News Now app for instant alerts. It's free on Google Play and in the Android store.
Well, we are now in a red flag warning until tomorrow for much of eastern Washington and Oregon.
And that's what makes it a first alert weather day. Our Stacey Lee is in the Weather Center with the very latest on what we all need to know tonight.
That's right. First alert weather day, and yes, red flag warning all at the same time. Look at the map. It's pretty much our entire viewing area and beyond is under high threats of fire tonight through tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So we want to be fire wise. Any spark could start a fire and spread rapidly because we're anticipating breezy to gusty winds. Now we'll start feeling those winds picking up overnight tonight, and of course that extremely dry vegetation. Now we are seeing the winds starting to pick up now in Ellensburg and Yakima as that system moves in from the east to the west, and that's when we'll continue to see breezy to gusty winds. Right now winds are pretty light in the Tri-Cities, just 6 miles per hour from the north. 94 degrees though, very warm, and our humidity slowly creeping up. We were at 12% a little while ago, but that is a consideration for a red flag warning day. Temperature still nice and warm. You can see the cooling trend already starting as that system moves in from the west to the east. 0 chances of rain for most of us. There's a slight chance of seeing a shower tonight in the Yakima area, but look for partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions. We could see some showers and thunderstorms. Those are going to be isolated and mainly popping up and down on the Cascade Mountains. I've been watching that already this afternoon. And get ready, we're going to drop way down temperature-wise heading into the weekend. Austin, Wendy.
Thank you, Stacey. New details now about a man arrested after an alleged bear spray attack and fire in Kennewick. Here's what we know. Police were called to a home on East 5th Avenue last night. When they arrived, they say they found an RV on fire and the suspect on the roof refusing to come down. Investigators believe the incident started as a domestic violence situation, then escalated. Police say the suspect is believed to be in his late 30s, and the victim, whom he bear sprayed, is his girlfriend. Authorities also confirm the man intentionally started the fire, but just how he did it, they're still working to figure that out.
He was arrested for a bunch of different things. It looks like arson in the first degree, assault second, animal cruelty in the first degree, obstructing the public servant, and resisting arrest.
The man remains in the Benton County Jail. They have not yet released his name, but stay with Apple Valley News Now on air and online as we continue to learn more.
New at 6 now, the Benton Franklin Health District is gearing up to launch its seasonal water monitoring program to test for toxins produced by harmful algae in the Columbia River. The testing is set to kick off next Tuesday, June 30th, and will continue through early November. At 12 locations across the Tri-Cities, the health district says toxic algae in the river typically grows on rocks and other surfaces along the shoreline that can look like green, brown, or reddish clumps. The health district also says that these tests are not meant to scare people away from the river.
We do these just to make sure that the health risk is very minimal. And if you're swimming in the river, I think your risk level is very minimal. You would only be susceptible if you were ingesting large amounts of water or ingesting those floating mats. However, dogs have a tendency to do that. So I think dogs are most at risk.
BFHD collects samples twice a month, and warning signs will be posted along the riverbank whenever toxin levels exceed safe recreational thresholds. Sunnyside is searching for its next city manager, a job the mayor says will shape the city's future and whether it can rebuild trust and stability.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia spoke with Mayor Vicky Frosto about what the city is looking for and where the hiring process stands right now.
what Sunnyside cannot afford anymore is to continue having a revolving door with city managers, because this negatively impacts the operations and the prosperity of the city. And we need to start getting ahead of that. And by getting ahead of that is going to take some intentional planning.
Frausto says the city wants a leader with vision and someone who can connect with the community.
Who truly cares about rebuilding Sunnyside, rebuilding trust, having connections to resources. And by that, I mean connections to money, state, federal, private money, to make sure that we're really building out a budget. So connection to resources.
Frausto says it also means having a city manager who is present day to day inside City Hall.
Someone who is also a really great manager in-house to make sure that they're connecting with the staff and they're working to restructure and rebuild a very strong team within. Because when you have a strong team within, you know, that transpires outwardly.
As for where Sunnyside is in the hiring process, Frausto says it's just getting started. The city recently signed a service agreement with Colin Basinger to recruit a new city manager. Frausto also says the council needs to take another look at the requirements for the job.
From the date that we did the search back in 2024 and the searches before then, I really do believe that it really calls for council to come in and do a thorough review of that job description so we can actually find someone that truly aligns with the vision of the council and where we see this community going forward.
Right now, Frausto says there is no set timeline for when the city will have its next permanent city manager. Reporting in Sunnyside, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Sunnyside hasn't had a permanent city manager since Mike Gonzalez was terminated last fall. We have more on that on our Apple Valley News Now website.
Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
Boat racing returns to the Columbia River this weekend with the annual Richland Regatta.
And Stacy is back with a look at your full First Alert forecast. Remember, it is a red flag warning day. And here is your reason to smile thanks to Dihan for this picture in Walla Walla. Get your photo on TV, scan that QR code. We're back after this.
We're here for those who build America. If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay.
Celebrate the 4th with huge savings this week at Walker's. Upgrade your home with more value than ever before, or take it home today and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
When it comes to Viking hand or Dupuytren's contracture, don't be a Viking. Request a modern, non-surgical treatment with minimal recovery time. Visit findahandspecialist.com.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where would you go? Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. With Tremfya, clear skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Tremfya goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And Tremfya is the first and only treatment of its kind proven to help stop further joint damage. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections, or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
We're here for those who build America. If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
A breaking news update for you now. We can now confirm 2 people have died in that plane crash that happened this afternoon on the Columbia River, according to Marcus Connor with Franklin County. At this time, they are saying they are not releasing their names. They are still letting the families of the victims know, and we are still working to find out more information on exactly how this happened. But again, we can now confirm authorities are telling us 2 people have died in that plane crash.
Other news now, boat racing returning to the Columbia River this weekend with the annual Richland Regatta.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable previews the show on the water.
Summertime in the Tri-Cities means activity on the Columbia River. The Richland Regatta returns, allowing the community to watch the boats race along the waves. While they both involve the Columbia River and hydroplanes, the types of races as well as the types of boats for the Water Follies and the Richland Regatta are very different. The Water Follies feature unlimited hydroplanes, while the Richland Regatta features limited hydroplanes. Classes include vintage boats as well as J boats that kids as young as 9 years old can drive.
They're smaller. They still go over 100 miles an hour. But this is the group of boats that all the drivers that are in the unlimited boats started with.
2 main factors that allow for the event to happen are several local community sponsors as well as volunteers.
One of the most important things about putting on an event like this is volunteers and people. If you have any interest in helping us out, contact one of the people wearing a shirt similar to this that'll be down there throughout the weekend.
And on Saturday, the Cool Desert Nights car show at John Dam Plaza will also be taking place, making the entire Richland Parkway a spectacle for land and water vehicles. Focused on being a family-friendly event, the Richland Regatta is free admission. Reporting from the Columbia River, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Jake. Races will take place Saturday, June 27th and Saturday the 28th. Races start at 9 a.m. and last all day. Vendors will be along the river at Howard Amon Park.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we start out with an alert day. Very, very dry. Gusty winds starting to pick up tonight. And of course, extremely dry vegetation. We've been talking about this for several days, and we are maxed out as far as dryness goes through the area after going several weeks without seeing any rain. And rain would be the magic key here. We'll let you know here in a minute if we're going to get any. 86 degrees in Yakima. Humidity is rising there up to 25%. It was much lower earlier today. Feels like temp is 82 thanks to the cloud cover in the region. We're still pretty warm here in the Columbia Basin and beyond. 90s, 89 for Pendleton, 91 right now, Walla Walla. 87 in Sunnyside. Winds are coming from the west. That is the way the storm is also going to be moving across the area. I say the storm front that's moving in. Been keeping an eye on that. We're expecting our winds to peak tonight around 15 to up to 35 miles per hour through the area. And again, with a busy week of fires, well, the danger has not gone away at all. Now, humidity has been very low today. In fact, look how low it is right now in Pendleton, 11% relative humidity, very, very low. Again, that all is part of the ingredients that go into fire weather. We're also tracking some lightning possible in our Cascade Mountains. You see, the further north we go, the better chances of seeing that. And I actually was tracking some lightning again way far north, right at the Canadian border with Washington, so those northern portion of the Cascades. So that is producing some lightning, which could be a problem, could start some fires there as well. Let's fast forward and take a look at futurecasts. What is our crystal ball showing us? Will we see any rain? Well, better chances of seeing it in the Blues and over here on the east slopes of the Cascades, but there's a good chance of seeing a little system move through late Thursday night into early Friday morning, and then a little bit of rain moving to the north towards Ritzville, with some stray showers possible on and off throughout the day on Friday, which could also produce a stray thunder and lightning storm. So you did see a little blip of blue. There could even be some snow at our upper elevations with that cold front. And we're talking temperatures are cooling off drastically from the 90s down to the 60s in some places. As far as tonight goes, these are going to be the overnight lows, pretty cool, but warmish, I would say. Tri-Cities down to 62, 64, Walla Walla, 63 in Hermiston. This is the drastic drop-off I'm talking about. Look at this, 81 to 69 overnight, and even cooler on Saturday. So I wouldn't doubt we see a few snowflakes in those upper elevations. Think Mount Rainier. Here's Yakima, 80s in the 70s for the weekend, breezy to gusty winds. The weekend not looking too bad in Yakima. It'll be a little bit cloudier in the Columbia Basin Sunday, but overall, pretty good looking forecast for that Richland Regatta. Although the breezy winds could be a factor. Hermiston also looking pretty good. Breezy winds, slight chance of rain there on Friday. Tomorrow's going to be pretty gusty and blustery, but the good news is temperatures are dropping. So as temperatures drop, moisture comes in, guys, it'll start to reduce the fire risk level. But tomorrow's an important day as well as tonight, so be safe.
All right, will do. Thank you so much, Stacy. Well, still ahead on Apple Valley News Now live at 6. Feels like the dog days of summer, but when it comes to the Blue Mountain Humane Society in Walla Walla, that's a very good thing. How much money was raised to help rescue our furry friends after this?
If you'd like to improve your sleep for less, then right now is the perfect time to visit Walker's Furniture for their 4th of July mattress event. Experience first-class sleep and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years this week at Walker's.
Man, these people act like they've never seen $1 million before.
Well, it is pretty amazing.
I wish it was the end of the year already.
Why?
So it could come to Papa. I'm building a special room for it.
You should probably win it first.
Retinal scanner on the door.
Setting yourself up for disappointment.
Okay, you're right, you're right. What do you suppose zigzaggy lasers go for?
This 4th of July, celebrate freedom with big savings at Brett's Appliance. From kitchen upgrades to laundry room essentials, now's the perfect time to bring home the appliances you've been waiting for. All refrigerators are on sale, like this LG fridge. Make the most of your space with the sleek style and compact design of the zero clearance LG refrigerator. At Brett's, we have thousands of items in stock, making us the smartest and most convenient choice this Independence Day.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Here in the Valley, caring for what matters most is simply a part of who we are. Because women's health isn't just one moment in life, it's every chapter. Preventative screenings and care designed for women at every stage of life. From first visits to motherhood and beyond, thoughtful care from the people who call this valley home. We're here for every step along the way. Start your journey today at kvhealthcare.org, your home for women's health.
T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get iPhone 17 Pro on them. Hold on. Is this big enough? We should have music, lights, banners. I mean, you gotta feel it. Get the most powerful iPhone ever on the best network. I should dance.
This is big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible iPhone 17 Pro on us, on the best network.
I'm gonna do a flip. Nailed it!
I know you all have a few concerns.
My internet is too fast.
That's good.
Why aren't they forcing me to sign a contract? Is it me?
Yeah, and I'm saving too much money by switching.
My install was too quick and painless.
Now my connection is the most stable thing in my life.
What's Ziply's endgame here? I'm sure there's an explanation.
I feel like my world is crumbling.
Calm down. Folks, who threw that? Did that have sprinkles?
Ziply Fiber, starting as low as $50 per month with no strings attached.
Hundreds of people and their dogs came together in Walla Walla to help raise money for shelter animals. Blue Mountain Humane Society recently held its 12th annual Dog Jog, a community 5K walk and fun run that started at Walla Walla Community College and took participants along Mill Creek Trail. Organizers say the event brought together nearly 300 people and their dogs, while also serving as one of the organization's biggest fundraisers of the year. Organizers say proceeds from the event help support shelter operations and adoption services.
Overall, our goal this year was $40,000, and we exceeded that. We brought in more than $43,000.
Events like Dog Jog are especially important because Blue Mountain Humane Society, they operate as a private nonprofit and rely heavily on community fundraising, donors, and sponsors to help support its work year-round. Well, Walla Walla also has a big update on the Winco grocery store being built. Details on that coming up in our 6:30 half hour with our reporter, William Albert. Stay right here.
Bath Planet brings life back to your bathroom with expert remodeling, custom designs, fast installation, and right now, save $1,000. Call for a free estimate today, 509-851-0669.
The pursuit of happiness starts with a good night's sleep.
It's your patriotic right to get fantastic savings on premium quality mattress sets.
We source from local manufacturers to get the finest quality and comfort at the lowest price.
During our Patriot Sale, you'll get amazing values.
Like $3.99 for a queen-size Sealy plush mattress.
Or an adjustable bed for $9.99.
To celebrate, come to Mattress Depot USA.
Before our Patriot Sale ends.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Listen to the heartbeat. Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Just announced. Get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500, Equinox, and Trax models with no payments until after Labor Day. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
See your community Chevy dealers.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is bringing rhythm and romance with a concert under the summer stars. Brindis por Siempre and Grupo Control live. On August 1st, enjoy a night out with Latin music, dancing, food trucks, and fun. Every ticket is good for free play. Ticket options include table seating with meet and greet, premium reserve seats, and lawn seats. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app. Only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where would you go? Imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Tremfya goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And Tremfya is the first and only treatment of its kind proven to help stop further joint damage. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections, or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask ask your doctor about Tremfya.
They're not fancy. No leather seats, no powerful sound systems, but they have wheels, seatbelts, and AC. These are Apple Valley News Now cruisers, and they go where news happens. Because Apple Valley News Now is everywhere you need us to be.
Reporting in Pendleton, Ellensburg, Tri-Cities Airport.
From the Blues to the Cascades, one television station leads the way with local news you trust. Oh, and when you see one of our cruisers, please go ahead and wave. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Always on your side.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6:30, new details confirmed in the plane crash that happened in the Columbia River this afternoon.
Plus, we are in a weather alert day. Our fire risk is high. Stacy has all those details. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Here we go at midweek. Thank you for being here. Austin Reed alongside Wendy Redman, and it is hot.
It certainly is, and it's a little bit dangerous out there in terms of our fire weather, so we do want to toss it over to First Alert Stacy Lee, standing by with all the details we need to know. Stacy.
That's right, guys. We have a red flag warning kicking in tomorrow morning, but dangerous fire weather, First Alert weather day. Again, we've been talking about the critically dry vegetation. We've been talking about low relative humidity, and then add in some strong gusty winds, and you have all the components for a dangerous fire day. We've seen lots of fires already over the last couple of weeks, and especially this week. So again, we want to be fire wise as we're outside. All right, the winds are starting to pick up. It's a little bit breezier in Ellensburg right now than everywhere else, but the winds are starting to pick up as that high pressure or the low pressure system moves in over the area, and that's bringing in those cloudy skies that you see here. But temperature still nice and warm. Folks, we're out here. I see a boat out here on the Columbia River, 94 degrees. The feels like is 90, and that's thanks to the cloud cover that we're seeing around the area. So the cooler temperatures are starting to spread from west to east, and it will be a much cooler day starting tomorrow, and then really cool as we get into the weekend. I'll tell you just how much our temperatures are going to drop for the coming weekend coming up. Austin, Wendy.
We are continuing to follow breaking news for you this evening. We can now confirm 2 people have died in the plane crash that happened this afternoon on the Columbia River. That's according to Marcus Connor with Franklin County. At this time, their names are not yet being released, as authorities say they are still working to let the families know.
Yeah, we do know they are men, and if you are just joining us now, we've been tracking this crash all afternoon. We spoke to witnesses at the scene who say the seaplane was flying low when it clipped one of the transmission lines near the cable bridge. The plane then landed in the Columbia upside down.
Nearby sparks from the transmission line then hit the banks of the Pasco side of the Columbia and started a vegetation fire that you see right here. Fire crews raced to the scene to put out the fire, while other first responders and search and rescue took to the water to try to save the lives of the 2 men inside the plane. The fire was out in about an hour.
The crash also caused a power outage for thousands across Pasco and Kennewick. That power has since been restored. The identities of the 2 men have not yet been released because their families are still being notified. Do stay with Apple Valley News Now for continuing coverage of today's crash.
For updates on demand, just head on over to our website. Be sure to follow us on social media and download the Apple Valley News Now app for instant alerts. It's free on Google Play and in the Android store. Well, Grant County major crimes detectives are asking for your help tonight, identifying a toddler whose remains were found near Mattawa in 1992.
Detectives say the remains were found in a shallow grave between State Route 243 and the Columbia River. The remains are of a boy, 12 to 24 months old.
The facial reconstruction depicts what the child may have looked like, and here's a little bit about what he may have been wearing. As advances in forensic science and DNA technology continue to evolve, the Grant County Sheriff's Office has access to even more testing and analysis that just weren't available back in the 90s. So now again, they are asking anyone with any information to please call them.
The Adams County Sheriff's Office have identified the suspect responsible for a stabbing that left a West Richland man in critical condition.
Last night, deputies responded to Othello Community Hospital for a report of a man who had been dropped off with multiple stab wounds. Deputies say the people who took the man to the hospital left before they arrived. Officials tell us the 23-year-old victim is Ryan James Kendall and was stabbed in the area of State Route 26 in Othello.
The victim was airlifted to a higher level trauma center for emergency medical treatment. After numerous leads and searches, 30-year-old Joseph Andrew Abbott of Connell was identified as the prime suspect, and later in the evening he was found to be in the area of West State Route 260 right near Highway 17 in Franklin County and was taken into custody. Othello and Moses Lake police just arrested a 38-year-old man in Moses Lake for child exploitation. Following a months-long investigation, on Monday, detectives booked Eli A. Esparza into the Franklin County Jail for alleged sexual misconduct and sending explicit media to a victim who reported the abuse began when she was 13. Detectives say Esparza, formerly from Othello, would pick her up in Moses Lake, drive her to Othello, and engage in sexual activity during these visits.
In other news tonight, after nearly 2 decades of planning, a major road project in Walla Walla is now complete and opening the door for future development.
Yeah, new at 6:30, Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with city leaders about what the completion of Myra Road could mean for the community.
The long-awaited Myra Road project in Walla Walla is finally complete, recently marking the milestone with a ribbon-cutting event. The project included an extension of Myra Road to the north to connect it to Highway 12, as well as a phase that lowered the grade at Dallas Military Road to make the area more freight accessible. However, city leaders say the final phase of the project was what brought the entire corridor together.
And then this last phase connects Myra Road through Highway 11 all the way down to Morrison and Highland Road. So it completes that Myra Road corridor.
Fredrickson says the road project was made possible through a combination of state funding, grants, and tax increment financing. But he says one of the biggest steps was acquiring the right-of-way needed to complete the connection, something the city saw as a long-term investment to open the area for future use.
It took some initiative of the city to acquire the right-of-way for that property to be able to put the road through. It was a property that was zoned highway commercial, meaning allowed for commercial development. But because of the cost of the extension of the roadway, we just weren't getting any developers willing to make those roadway improvements.
Walla Walla city officials tell me that the Myra Road completion is a major step forward as the project improves both accessibility and road conditions within the city. However, city officials tell me that the project plays a major role for developers who have been eyeing Walla Walla for quite some time.
The anchor tenant that really made this come to fruition is Winco, who's in the process of building right now. They are slated to be open sometime in October. And so that having that partnership with Winco did trigger the opportunity to get certain funds from the state.
City leaders say with the road now complete, the focus shifts to what comes next as development continues and new projects begin to take shape across the area. In Walla Walla, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
City officials say the Winco under construction is expected to open sometime in October.
Coming up next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6:30, Washington lawmakers are being critical of our current safety standards when it comes to air travel, what Senator Maria Cantwell says about a recent announcement at the FAA.
And our wildfire risk is high. Stacy has everything you need to know to stay safe on the other side of the break.
First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now.
Always on your side.
What are you reading?
It's called Act Like You've Been There. Did you know you can actually manifest good luck simply by behaving as if it's already happened?
Don't tell me you're convinced you've already won that $1 million giveaway at Northern Quest because...
Hold on, I'm not...
You rang, sir?
My pillow needs fluffing?
Shall I rectify that?
I mean, if you think that's the best way.
At Prosser Memorial Health, expert skincare starts close to home. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Richard Lynn is now seeing patients of all ages at Prosser Specialty Clinic, providing comprehensive medical dermatology services. From skin cancer detection and treatment to acne, rashes, psoriasis, and mole or warp removal, you can trust experienced, personalized care. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Lynn by calling 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org.
This is real life. This is also real life for those who shopped at Fred's Appliance. At Fred's Appliance, we don't do gimmicks, just clean laundry and everyday low prices. Right now, all laundry is on sale from GE, LG, Maytag, and more. Save big on top load and front load washers and dryers. We're here whenever you need us. Shop the largest supply of in-stock, get it today inventory in the region, only at your local Fred's Appliance.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tremfya.
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
Tremfya can help with symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years.
Some had visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tremfya.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Talk about fireworks. Check out these offers during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress.
Light up your sleep life with the Queen Size Summit, now only $299.99. Save up to $1,000 on select Tempur-Pedic split head king adjustable mattress sets and score a $300 gift. Take $100 off the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plus. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, score free shipping.
It's the 4th of July sale. On now at Denver Mattress.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Doug?
My bad!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Senate lawmakers, including Washington State Senator Maria Cantwell, scrutinized the current state of air travel at a hearing on Tuesday.
Near misses, runway incursions, and safety technology were hot topics. This comes on the heels of an announcement by the Federal Aviation Administration that AI technology may be coming to an airport near you to assist aviation professionals. One possible solution? Modernizing aging air traffic control infrastructure.
The FAA announced a new contract Monday totaling $875 million to deploy two technologies to assist controllers with managing flights and collecting data. Officials say the AI will analyze weather, airport capacity, airspace conditions, and operational constraints.
Is this smart system going to give us all that we need when we're seeing these increased rates of close calls on runway incursions?
We all want something that help efficiency. Flying more passengers is a good thing. Getting more people to their destination every day safely is essential. But there is no silver bullet. AI can't replace the decision-making of a human.
An FAA official says the agency is meeting with airlines and will have conversations with other aircraft operators to efficiently deploy the AI technology. It's expected to be fully in effect by the end of 2028.
In Seattle, more security has been added ahead of the Iran-Egypt FIFA World Cup match on Friday.
It comes after the U.S. allowed both teams actually to come to Seattle a day earlier than previously scheduled. Jeremy Harris has more.
With 2 games down and still more to come here in Seattle, World Cup energy isn't slowing down.
I have some family that are from Egypt, so I am rooting for them. So go Egypt.
Qatar, they're going to get absolutely destroyed by the Bosnians.
The upcoming matches carry with them some unique challenges. Iran and Egypt take to the pitch on Friday. U.S. and FIFA officials ease some restrictions, allowing both teams to come to the city sooner.
I think that the sports side of that is what I think we have to focus on. Are there going to be some bad actors that might try to take advantage of that? Maybe, but let's hope our intel people already know who those people are.
Security expert Jim Fuda from Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound says each match so far has been a learning experience for the different agencies involved.
Especially here in Seattle and the crowds that we've had here, and just some minor incidents that really were just normal crowd control stuff that you'd have, thank God for the drones to get that other perspective. I said, cops on the ground can only see so much, you can block off so many streets, but when you've got that many people moving, it's hard to keep control of everybody.
With security plans in place, Seattle is again ready to take the world stage.
Tourism revenue's pumping in for the city. People are enjoying themselves with the soccer. It's great.
That was Jeremy Harris reporting. There have been social media posts circulating about demonstrations planned on Friday.
And Wendy, the Seattle Kraken announced today the club's 2026-27 preseason schedule. With a new NHL schedule format, Seattle will play only 4 preseason contests, split between the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames. The team will then go on to play an extended 84-game regular season. The Kraken's preseason slate kicks off with a home game on September 19th versus Vancouver, immediately followed by a contest at the Saddledome against the Flames on the 20th. Seattle will host Calgary at Climate Pledge Arena on September 24th and close out the preseason with a road game in Vancouver against the Canucks on the 26th of September.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, we made it to Wednesday, halfway through that work week, and we start with an alert to tell you about, of course, red flag warnings in our area. We're seeing winds picking up tonight. We have extremely dry vegetation as we've seen some fires throughout the week already. Here's the dry vegetation map. It only goes up to this hot pink color, and it is extremely dry. Josh and I were talking about this earlier. The scale's broken. It can't go any higher than it is. So we want to be fire-wise going forward. Peek outside, you see those clouds kind of moving in. There's a system moving across the area. It's been bringing some showers to the Cascades this afternoon. 94 degrees, winds from the north at 6 miles per hour. So it's still pretty warm outside, but as the evening progresses, we'll start to see those cooler temperatures rolling in. Winds are picking up slightly in the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley. And as the evening progresses, those winds will really start to get going. We're expecting 20 to 30 mile an hour winds later tonight, and tomorrow a little bit breezier than that, therefore the red flag warning. Plus, we're keeping an eye on the relative humidity in the area, and it's been extremely low today. It continues to drop here in Pendleton and the foothills of the Blue Mountains of Oregon. So that's extremely dry. We've also been tracking some lightning strikes. The best chance of seeing that is in the Cascades, and it increases the further north, and that's exactly where I've been tracking some lightning this afternoon, right at the Washington-Canadian border in the Cascade Mountains. So again, lightning can cause fires as well. Let's fast forward with Futurecast and see what the rain outlook is looking like. Better chances if you're closer to the Blue Mountains, like Walla Walla, Tollgate area, even Dayton, and then as we get into overnight Thursday into Friday morning, Tri-Cities possibly seeing some showers, as well as Hermiston, and then that system moves on up to the north. We see some rain continuing to fall across the Cascade Mountains, and then some stray showers popping up Friday afternoon here to the east. Now, if we keep a close eye, you see that blue there? Could see some snowflakes. This temperature drop is going to be substantial, especially in the mountains. So if you're camping or your plans take you up, say, to Mount Rainier, be prepared for some white stuff possibly there at those upper elevations. All right, overnight lows, again, 50s and 60s tonight. That will start to change as well. Look at this. We start seeing overnight lows dropping down in the 40s and daytime highs in the 60s across the Ellensburg area. So a big temperature drop there is what I was talking about, and seeing a little bit of snow on Futurecast. All right, Yakima is also seeing 80s to the 70s and breezy gusty winds. The weekend, though, looking pretty good since we've been sitting in the 90s for days. I think those 70-degree temperatures are going to feel quite nice. A little bit cloudy for Tri-Cities, and again, slight chances of rain. It looks like the majority of those will happen overnight Thursday into early Friday morning, and once that passes by, then we got clean sailing from there. All right, 70s for the weekend in Hermiston, and for Walla Walla, we're in the 80s, dropping all the way down to 69 on Saturday. Better chance of seeing those showers hovering around those foothills of the Blue Mountains. So active weather, big changes from 90s to 70s.
So much going on.
So much going on.
That is a dip.
That is a dip.
All right. Well, still ahead here on Apple Valley News Now live at 6:30. It is being dubbed the wedding of the century. It's American royalty, if you will. The wedding of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. The lengths that people are going to in an effort to get the details when we return.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary seafood buffet every Thursday, including our amazing salad bar. All you can eat for only $49. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces. Big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. And after that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
Home isn't just walls and a roof, it's where hope begins. With Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity, you can build that home together with people who care. Our path to ownership is affordable and supportive, with education and partnership at every step. Wondering if you qualify? Fill out our online application. We are building in Benton and Franklin counties and in Walla Walla. Apply online today. Let's build the place you'll call home.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention please. About to start the show, better take your seats.
Now earn up to 4 times the rewards with the ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card. It's the credit card from the credit union you love.
Vance has been keeping homes comfortable since 1986. We've got you covered for heating, cooling, and electric. We do it all. Maintenance, repair, and installation. Just give us a call. We'll be right there. Our professional technicians fix it right and fix it fast. We guarantee you'll be happy with our equipment and service. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Wendy Redmond, only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
And we're always on your side.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married, and there has been plenty of speculation about where will the wedding be held.
City and law enforcement sources told CNN a permit application to hold an event in the vicinity of Madison Square Garden has been submitted by a company that is known to plan weddings. A city official says the permit would allow streets around the garden to close from July 2nd through the 4th.
That's right. It would allow nearly 1,000 guests to gather under a tent or canopy outside the building. Swift and Kelce announced their engagement last year. Official details about where their wedding ceremony will be held have not been announced. Now, come on, New York City, I don't think so.
You don't think?
She's got a beautiful estate in Rhode Island. I've been to Rhode Island. Spectacular. Why wouldn't you have it in Rhode Island?
I don't know, but right next to her estate, apparently a tent went up and people went bonkers over that. But it was a different wedding, or it was a different something. I don't know. Swifties, help me out. Pretty sure you all know about that. But yeah, but apparently it was a false alarm. So we'll have to see.
I think that's a decoy, the Madison Square Garden thing. Decoy.
That's a big decoy.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a lame wedding at a sports arena.
I thought you were just saying. I thought you were saying their wedding was going to be like,
no,
that was the wedding of
that would be very
the
rude
century.
of me.
They were
Isn't he
saying
in the NFL? I mean, there's that. So.
Yeah, go to a football stadium.
Yeah.
All right.
There you have it, Stacy.
I got it.
All right, stay with us when we come back. One final swift look at your weather forecast.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
Okay, you got this. It's just a laxative. How scary could it be? You can do hard things.
Honey, relax. It's Miralax. It works with the water in your body to hydrate and soften for gentle relief.
Relax. It's Miralax.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where would you go? Imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Tremfya goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And Tremfya is the first and only treatment of its kind proven to help stop further joint damage. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections, or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Attention voters. Amanda McKinney is the only candidate President Trump endorsed in Central Washington. President Trump gave Amanda McKinney his complete and total endorsement because she'll crack down on illegal immigration, keep men out of women's sports, and stand up to the radical left. Amanda McKinney, the only candidate with President Trump's complete and total endorsement. Washington Rising is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Only one station is on your side.
One station.
Apple Valley News Now.
And welcome back. All right, the big weather stories we're watching for stray lightning strikes. We've been seeing them in the Cascades. We have a first alert weather day as well as red flag warning for tomorrow. Gusty winds and very, very dry vegetation. But the good news is we'll finally get some much needed rain. We haven't seen that in quite a while. There's your slight chances of rain overnight tonight for Ellensburg and Yakima. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a little bit breezy outside. Hermiston also seeing a chance of maybe a shower or two. Tomorrow's temperatures are going to cool just a little bit, but those gusty winds will something we will keep an eye on. And check out the temperature change for Friday. A lot cooler. So if the 70s are your jam.
Bit of weather whiplash there, right?
It's been that way all month long, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Stacy, well, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us here on the news at 6.
Hoping your news is good news.
Have a great night.